Hey everyone, it's me, Patch Bogat. This is part two of Teacher of Demonology. The reason why I figured that there should be a part two of that particular subject of Teacher of Demonology is because it's very important. And the reason why that I feel that is very important is because not only do I care about you guys, but I care about myself because perhaps I'm just projecting myself onto you guys when it comes to YouTube, social media. But just like the first video, it's something that I take very personal because it's not enough to say that it is good to believe for the sake of believing and putting all your trust, all your worth into an individual that claims that they're giving you something that is remotely that's at best true. And that to me is never good enough because I've learned, like I said in my first video, when I was a fundamental Christian, like everyone else, I was just gun-ho. I wasn't an individual that was just there for that one Sunday. Took 4 years later, then I'm back the following Sunday on the fourth year. No, I was fully involved. And what I mean by fully involved, I was very high ranked. You know, I was practically a priest in training. And my point in saying all that is, even in the left hand path, you want to be careful for that because I have experiences where I'm listening to other people speak about Satan, and it's like they're giving you their gnosis without giving you an opportunity to do your own gnosis. And I've gotten that idea from Behemoth X on his channel because that really inspired me. Because the reason being is that, first of all, Satanism, the left hand path, being a black magician, being an occultist, especially in the dark arts, it is really about self. See, you are your own God. You are ascending. And how are you going to ascend if you're not really trying to figure out what's good, best for you? Because if it's okay, and mind you, it's okay if you go by someone's magic system. If it works for you, got results, you got results. That's great. But that's not the problem that I'm talking about. In fact, that's not a problem. The problem lies when you're with a particular teacher and they don't resonate with you, or you can't tell the difference between right and wrong. You get what I'm trying to say? Because what I'm trying to say is, just because someone is teaching the dark arts, it does not necessarily mean that what they're saying is exactly true. That's why I say, do what's best for you. Do what resonates with you. Even if this video doesn't resonate with you, there's always someone out there that's going to resonate with you and help you to appreciate how you're able, to develop. And the reason I say that is because when people teach, fundamentally, it seems as if, like, as I look at individuals, even with myself, I'm going to be honest with you, people focus too much on how many subscribers they have, how many views they have. Why? Because I fell into that category every once in a while. But then I got the a light bulb in my mind just went on, and then I said to myself, no, it's not about how many subscribers you have or how many people view your videos. I mean, yeah, if you want to be monetized, but at the same time, that's not really what it's about. What it's about is the glory of Satan. It's about someone really looking at a video and they actually learn for what Satan has to offer them. See, hopefully you could do what I do. You're able to come into the left-hand path, learn something, and now you want to have a greater platform like this, like YouTube, and you want to make a YouTube video because you've been practicing this. You've seen the results. You saw the imperial evidence. Satan most likely manifested himself or any of the demons. And now here you are. You want to make a YouTube video. You want to teach others, not to make the same failures that you made and to succeed. Because think about this. Most successful occultists, they are very successful based off of their failures. They didn't just get, their manifestations right the first time. They had to fail hundreds of times to get it right. That's how it is. That's why I'm here. When I feel salty about why I haven't received anything, I've learned that thinking is not good. And I wouldn't even be here in front of the camera if those who I select as being really good teachers, mentors, see, if they didn't resonate with me, I wouldn't even be here. But they did. That's why I'm saying make sure that they resonate with you, because if they don't and you can't tell good from bad, like for example, let's say you look at a video and this particular person that's teaching about the left hand path, they're taking qualms with you because, and I'm gonna think of something very, very petty and insignificant to really get to the point. Perhaps they remember your name, your alias, your avatar, and then they try to take it personal, and they want to indirectly comment about you in front of everyone in a live chat or even in their video. If you can't tell the difference between right and wrong, why are you still following that individual? Granted, you're probably that individual that's like, well, you know what? It's not so much the individual, but it's the information. I love the information. It jives with me, and that's why I do it. Cool. But the point of interest here is the person that is delivering the information shouldn't really take qualms or be petty to begin with. It shouldn't be a test. I don't even like the word test. It's either you're with the person that's in the left-hand path or the person who's teaching you, or you're not. See, I can understand if you do a little fuck up and you apologize. But if you're not apologizing for what you've done, as being the teacher, the mentor, teaching individuals like yourself, watching videos, learning about the black arts, then it's one of those days where you could suck it up and still follow the person, or you could keep on searching for something and someone that could teach you a lot more better and see your well-being for what it should be. Not in the scope of being petty. That is just, it's awkward, And that's why I'm saying, like, you may, come across that even here on the left-hand path, because don't get it twisted. On the left-hand path as well as right-hand path religions, you have your crazy everywhere. So don't think like this, the left-hand path is going to be less crazy or whatever have you. But I know what it's like to be infected by that Nazarene, that Christ, and it's something that I don't want, in my life. And I agree that though I don't want to be infected by him, there are people that need right-hand path religion because they're not capable of thinking for themselves. So they need a holy book. They need someone to do the thinking for them. You see it wherever you go. Just people just want to just be sheep-like. So those type of people, that's why that religion is there, for those people like that. But those who really want to become a god, those really want to better their environment, stop doing the 9 to 5, so to speak, and they want to go beyond that, work really hard, or better yet, their intentions, by putting that hard work into your intentions, by glorifying Satan or that particular patron you're working for, to help change your reality. That's something that's worthwhile. What's not worthwhile is sticking with someone that doesn't have your well-being in mind, especially if it's petty. You know how many sorcerers will tell you, friends, right now, that their apprentices try to attack them? their mentors trying to attack them over something very, very petty. Very, very petty. And it's interesting that I got the feeling that before I came onto YouTube, Satan told me to do YouTube to teach you guys, to help assist you guys. He says, you know what? You better know and work on your banishing rituals. You gotta learn how to put up your aura of protection every fucking day. Because there's gonna be people that's gonna watch your videos, they're not gonna like it, they're gonna disagree with it, and they're gonna fling curses and hexes your fucking way. You have to be strong enough to take that, to reverse that, to dispel that. But you need a good teacher to do that. And that's why when I make this video, I thought about myself in mind, and I thought of others that I have in mind that help inspire me to get to where I'm at, to help you guys. And even see it as individual. Take the video as Satan or your daemon, your patron speaking to you as an individual, trying to keep you on the left-hand path, despite the darkness, despite the confusion, despite the doubt, despite the fact that they're using that darkness, which I explained in the first video, what darkness means, because I don't want to do equivocation fallacies here, but you're able to look at that darkness and you envelop within it. You learn. You don't push it, those doubts, or those questions that the person that's trying to teach you about the left-hand path, put it in your subconscious somewhere, though it's bothering you for many, many years. And then if you don't address it for that length amount of time, then what ends up happening? Well, you just end up hurting yourself in the long run. That's why there's shadow work. That's why Christianity is easily debunked. Because no wonder there's so much child abuse, pedophilia over there. So much of it. You don't address this particular negative side, what happens is it just overtakes you. You don't know what to do with it, then you act upon it. But that's what Satan is all about. His glory and what he has to teach you is to help yourself. Help yourself to continue like a soldier that you are on this left-hand path. It's really what it's all about. So with that said, please allow this video to resonate with you. Look at my other videos. Look at other people that you know to be for real on the left-hand path, like myself. And really look that individual in the eye, their fucking eyes. And you see like they're just as serious as you are when it comes to the education of the dark arts. They're your personal relationship with your particular demon. Look them in the fucking eyes. And let it resonate with you. Let it resonate with you. Let it sit within you. Because I know I'm serious about Satan. I'm not a phony. So many charlatans in the left-hand path do these fake tarot card readings. Satan said this. Azazel said that. And he didn't really say this or that. That's why I love that comment that Behemoth X said on his channel. Do your own gnosis. Do your own gnosis so that you could better understand what Satan wants from you. My job is just to assist. It's a guideline. It's a guideline. It's not about subscribers. It's not about views. I mean, it is, but it's not. It's really all about your love for Satan. That's why when I look at Satan, this Baphomet statue, I remember when I first met him. This is what I'm going to comment on as I close. I remember I had I still have a passion, a love for Satan, that I remember being a part of the Joyous Satan site, and there was this woman who gave, I believe it was Sorath, or Satan. No, it was Satan, a nickname. At first I thought it was silly, but then I thought about it, and I said, no, she did her own gnosis. she did her own gnosis because what she had done was develop a relationship with Satan. She knew him for who he really is, his character. Gave him a nickname. That's personal. See, anyone that gives another person an endearment, a nickname, that's your boy. That's fam. That's a friend. That's very, very deep. That's why when I looked at Satan, I was saying to myself almost in a jealous way, like how come I didn't give him a nickname? I'm close to him. But sooner than later, instead of just picking endearments out of the blue, making it all up, Satan continued to be true to himself. Then I base every nickname off of the beautiful things he done for me. At first, I called him Softy because looking at all the bullshit that's surrounding him, and I see him for who and what he is, a raging badass, of course. He's very serious, of course. But the fact that out of all that darkness, he has a heart. Get what I'm trying to say about calling him Softy? I call him my person. In other words, the only person that I've come to know of. Because he's the first Patreon. I have about 6 of them. But he's the first Patreon that came to me. I didn't even think it was possible for me to do a blood ritual and Satan to say to me personally that he's going to be with me for the rest of my life. And I thought it was cool. Not that you have to do a blood, dedication to all of the daemons every single time. I'm not advocating that. I'm simply saying that Satan came to me. He wanted to be my guardian. He specified that, gave clarity to that. His endearment, he's my person that I go to. And third one and final one that I gave to him is that he's the center of my universe. Since he's the first patron I've ever had, the only one that was teaching me, led me to other mentors to help me to appreciate the universe around me. What dedication really did mean. Because when I dedicated myself the first time, it was based off of the joy of Satan dedication, which is not bad. But the only fault I have with that is, you don't have to do a blood ritual, a blood oath with a daemon in order to work with them. Not all the time, and that's what they advocate. I don't agree with that because that's binding. I could have made a big fucking mistake and did a blood ritual and contracted myself with something that really isn't Satan at all. Natural parasite, a thought form or something. Would have been just, fucked up. But it was quite fortunate for me to actually meet the Satan the devil. But why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this is because you want someone who resonates with you, that teaches Satan about who he really is. Not a charlatan that just wants money, that wants you just to follow him like on social media because they have 10,000 followers, therefore, they're cool, they're edgy. No, it's not about subscribers. It's not about the monetary gain. It is, but it's not. Because it helps me out, right? Just like I would say, please subscribe to this channel. Cool. But does the person that teaches about Satan knows that all that is secondary, but what's first is you guys? Why? Because Satan put me first. The people that taught me about the left-hand path, see, they weren't evil by simply saying, please subscribe to my channel. I'm not saying that, because that's what you have to say. But my qualm is for those who are teaching, those who are trying to learn, hunger for knowledge, for truth, and they really want to see the glory of Satan. They take fucking advantage of them. I tell them to just fucking sit on this. You know what I mean? Just sit on it. Because you don't do that. You want someone who really, really loves, Satan. And I did that because I got that from Frank White. He's so aggressive, but I love that about him. But the idea still is, friends, is that you want to follow someone who resonates with you. Okay, I don't want to ramble on. I hope this video resonates with you, and I hope it's good. that you're able to subscribe as well to my channel, because of course it helps me out. Love you all, and hail Satan. Have a good day and be safe.